ja chucha, Hong Kong Kong kadanta, Shakuna Nicha, Bapalula Nicha, Bomba Nicha, Eson Kong, yeah, right. Ashen lady, Ashen lady, give up your vows, give up your vows, save our city, save our city, at night. And I woke up in morning, I got myself a beer. And I woke up in morning and I got myself a beer. The future's uncertain and the end is always near. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, baby, roll. Let it roll, all night long. Open up, 'cause here I come. With the gift for everyone more time. And I'm sure you're not aware what I am. Blows your mind, but you don't care. It's a shame. Waking up to kingdom come hills. With Michael of everyone else. I am the last of the natural ones alive. Let yourself go and have some fun with it. Open up, 'cause here I come, here I am. With the gift for everyone not to shine. And the good things that we all share what we got. Take no chances, you're aware that you're not. you, I like you, I like you. And I feel, whoa, whoa.
Put that dope smoke in your lungs, boys. It's the Wake and Bake.
I'm from the Great White North, right? Like up above the states. Yeah. The big landmass that the rest of the world hates. Fuck yeah. We're like above that. Fucking north, I guess. The big patch of trees where everybody's bored to death. We're just chilling up here, sipping syrup, playing hockey. Before we learn to walk, we can cross-check properly. Just rocking plaid jackets. Chainsaws, we operate them right. Fucking A-right we do, bud. We cut our weight in firewood. Every 20 minutes or so. Smoke break. And if the Leafs make the playoffs, I'll fucking jump in the lake. Fucking buddy comes over to my place the other night and he's like, you wanna go out for a rip? And I was like, fucking right. Yeah. So we hop in the truck and hit the mud and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, bud. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. I come from the land of the polite, where shit's covered in ice. And when I'm down in the States, they're like, you're too fucking nice. Like, yeah, we got manners, but fucking buddies still fight and fucking swear and fucking drink all night. Like this one time, me and fucking buddy are out having a dart, and fucking buddy burns a hole in my coat. And I was like, fuck, bud, because the coat was pretty new, right? And he's like, fuck you. So I put his head in a snowbank and just started fucking feeding him the right left. Like fucking boom, boom, boom. You had enough yet? And he's like, okay, fuck, chill out, shit. So I pulled him out of the snow and we went out for a rip. Yeah. Just out for a rip, are you? Fuck yeah. Just out for a rip. Fucking right. Just out for a rip, are you? Fuck yeah. Just out for a rip. Fucking right. Just out for a rip, are you? Fuck yeah. Just out for a rip. Fucking right. Just out for a rip, are you? Fuck yeah. Just out for a rip. Fucking right.
Morning. Good morning. Bon matin, Caroline. Comment est-ce qu'ils vont, ma gang de malades? Oh yeah, y'all don't speak French. My bad. Hello. It's me. The most successful host on this channel in this time slot. It's the Wake and Bake. What's up, y'all? It's just me. I was being too nice to Lolly recently, so this past week I was incredibly mean to her, just to keep up the status quo. You know, since people have heard me say unspeakable things to her, I figured might as well just fucking keep the meme alive. So I chained her to my radiator in the basement, and she's not allowed to see her mom. So, you know. Too bad for her. That's what happened. That's the truth. That's where she is. She's chained in my basement to my radiator. Fucking Onision style. Fucking morons. If only there was a big fluffy gay dragon that could save her from me. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? But too bad, Lolly. There is nothing. You're staying in the basement. Fucking morons. In reality, Lolly's with her mom. It's Mother's Day. There you go. That's why she's not here. But be sure to tune in this week to multiple streams about how I mistreat her. Even though we don't live in the same place, and if ever I say anything remotely rude to her, she'll block me. But, okay. I treat her badly. So, if that's the meme, fuck it. I'm going with it. I'm going with it, boys. She's locked up to my radiator. I called Onision last night. I said, bruh, what do you think I should do? He said, tie that bitch to your fucking radiator and then make a video about it. So here we are. This is my video about it. I chained Lolly to my radiator. Fuck you, broski. Sup? What up, outlaw? Not much. I got a headache. I woke up with a headache. I'm in a bad mood, so this should be a great stream. I'm just kidding. My mom passed away more than a decade ago. Well, I'm sorry about that. That sucks. My mom gave us the best gift possible. She left. She went to Florida. My sister and I got together, and we said, Ma, we don't want to see you for Mother's Day. Get the fuck out. So we shipped her. We shipped her off to Florida, one of her favorite places. She's from Quebec. So of course she loves Florida. We flee the winter to go to Florida. So much so, there's such a large percentage of my people that leave Quebec to go to Florida that you can find our local newspaper in some stores in Florida. I think in St. Petersburg and Fort Lauderdale. I think that's where my people go. I think that's where we go to escape the cold. I've escaped the cold in Florida myself once or twice. I don't want to brag or anything, but I've been to Florida. I've been to Florida a couple times. I know. It's too humid down there. It's too fucking... How do people live? How do people live in Florida? It's too humid. Yeah, where old humans go to die. Exactly. It's too humid. No. If I wanted to be in a humid, fucking awful place, I'd just stay in Quebec. Because it's humid here in the summer, and it sucks. And now it's nice because it's like it's our spring, even though it's fucking May. That doesn't really make sense, but it's spring. Usually in spring, it's warm enough to go outside and, just a t-shirt, maybe a hoodie. But not this year, folks. Oh, no. This is where I'm at. This is probably my last live stream ever. I figure once I start discussing the weather 17 minutes into the show, when I've only been talking for 5, it's time to end it. I got fuck all, boys. I got nothing. What's this? Oh my God, that explains so much, broski. It is part Florida, man. Rude. I said I've been there. I never spent more than like a week or two. I didn't have enough time for the Florida spores to infect my brain. Sip of coffee for the working man. We're bringing that meme over. I stole it from Stone Cold. I figure if fucking bigger YouTubers are going to steal my gimmicks, I'll just steal gimmicks off wrestlers. So now drinking. How about since we're on Wake and Bake, here we go. Smoking for the working man. Although I can't smoke in the house. Vape? Working men don't vape. I know that because I vape. Okay. Smoke a bowl. I can't smoke a bowl, Beardy. I can't smoke a bowl. I'm by myself. I got no one to entertain you guys. Pablo. Hello, Pablo. Hola, Pablo. Pablo contributed. We got extra contributors to the show today. We got Frodo, of course, who's my main article getter, my main capturer of autism in word form. If you enjoy this show, you should probably go pat Frodo on the head. Say, good boy, Frodo. He gets a lot of articles. But this week, we got some articles as well from Pablo, which I stole from his timeline. I informed him. I'm not a prick. And then we also got Lucky, who contributed some articles to the show this week. So big shout out to Pablo, Lucky, and of course Frodo this week for making this show possible, because I'm way too lazy to click on things. Who do I look like? But don't worry. One day, if I win the lottery, which I would have to start playing, so fingers crossed, and I win the lottery, I'm going to hire Frodo. So all he's going to do all day is just look for autism on the internet for me. But I'm going to pay him well, so it'll be all right. Fuck what in the chat says I'm a working man and I vape mostly because I can vape in the shop without getting fined. That's good. That's a good. Enjoy that while you have that. They'll take that away from you. They take all good things. Remember when you could smoke inside? Because I do. I remember. Remember when you can smoke inside? I remember. The year I started smoking, like 3 or 4 months later, you couldn't smoke in bars anymore. So I just got the tail end of that. I still remember walking up into a bar and you look up in the where the lights are and it's just a fucking haze. It's just a fucking haze. Bartenders were dropping like flies. That's how I think fucking cancer overtook AIDS. It's two factors. AIDS got lazy and smoking in bars. Because that haze of smoke it was thick. You could almost reach out and grab it. Ah, the good old days where you took a nice deep breath. Remember when you walk out of bars and your throat would hurt? Remember walking out of bars and you'd fucking smell like an ashtray? Fucking good old days, bud. The good old days where you could stand there, hit on a broad, have a smoke, and drink a beer all at the same time. As they used to sing on All in the Family, those were the days. You can still smoke inside your local bar. God bless Texas. In Texas, you can clean your gun, have a smoke, hit on a broad, and have a drink. What more do you need? I'm saluting Texas right now. There you go. That's the sound I make when I salute. And with any luck, one day, we'll finally get Quebexis, the largest superpower in the world. Because once Quebexis exists, fuck Canada, fuck the U.S., fuck the U.K., fuck the rest of the countries of the world. Quebexis will dominate. Oh! And me and Doe are going to be right at the top. Ruling with an iron fist. One toe over the line. Executed. That's how I'm going to run the country like I run my Discord. You look at me the wrong way, you're out of here. Also, I said something earlier this week, and I'm going to say it again because I think it's very important. I'm Canadian, and I don't have free speech. So you know what? Fuck your free speech. You shouldn't have it either. Oh, that's good. That's good. I enjoyed that. That just came off the cuff. You know, I don't believe in your rights. People have too many rights. We need to we need to limit the amount of rights we have, you know? We will have a national topless day. If you are not topless, you get fined. You get murdered. Sorry. Dude, we could take over BC, more resources, and the pushover hippies won't put up a fight. I do love BC. I do love BC. It's the only other place in Canada that I really like. You know, someone where are you from? I'm from Ontario. Blech! Blech! Get out of unless you're Malcolm, then it's okay. He's my one. He's my one. All right. You tell me you're from Winnipeg. Coldest place on the fucking face of the earth. Coldest place ever. And why are your cigarettes so expensive? It makes no sense. We're 2 provinces over. Why is it so much more expensive there? Dumb. I'm sure there's a completely logical reason, a completely reasonable explanation for it, but nah. No, Toronto, we're going to nuke Toronto off the fucking map. I hate Toronto. Please don't get me started. Don't get me started on how much I hate Toronto. I got it from my grandfather, and he got it from his grandfather, and he got it from his grandfather. I come from a long line of people who hate Toronto. When I told my grandfather that I was moving to Toronto for a year, he said, "There's nothing you could do in your life that would disappoint me more." And I laughed and laughed, and then I cried because I realized he was right. But what can you do? I lived in Toronto for a year. I got a gun pulled on me twice. I moved there when I was fucking 22, 23, I think. Something like that. So 23 years, or 22 years up to that point, gun pulled on me? None. 6 months living into Toronto. How many? 2. It's the most American I've ever felt. But that's the problem with Toronto. They're a Canadian city desperately trying to be American. Well, you know, I don't lack total self-awareness. I realize that I'm from a province that's desperate to be European. I get it. Broski, you're going to marry a woman from Toronto. Why would you say that? Although I'm very close to the Ontario border, so you know what, though? With my luck, I probably will. And I'll probably have to move back there. Which I'll never do. Never do that. Don't move to Toronto. Everything is so far away. Everything takes forever. Dude, 97% of Canadians think they're American, and the 3% are in Quebec. TV, not actual culture, like not history and actual things that shape a culture or whatever. You know. Now I'm just not going to talk for a bit. Now the 3% is split between Quebec and the tribes. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Quebec just wants to be European. All you have to do is look at the city. The city is very European looking. It's nice, but it's very European looking. A lot of people from France come to Quebec. And that annoys me. I don't like their accent. And they always have a fucking attitude about everything. Like, why you gotta be so fucking unpleasant all the time? It's not necessary. Like, even when they're asking you for help, they sound unpleasant. Now, are they unpleasant? Not necessarily. Not 100%. I'm not saying you're born in France, you're unpleasant. I genuinely don't think they realize they're being unpleasant. But what can you do? It's just the way things are sometimes, boys. Montreal has the best women. Easily. BC has great women, too. It's a toss-up. Like I said, BC is the only other place in Canada that I would want to live. But from personal experience, I'd say Montreal. But I've spent a significantly much more time in Montreal than I have in Vancouver or BC. So, a little bias, hometown boy. Although almost every girl I've dated is from Quebec, and none of them worked out. So, maybe they're insane. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe we should all just go back to bed. Which I would like, but I can't. Quebec and BC trade women during the planting/music festival season. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. That's true. That is so true. They get our tree planters and we get their fucking music going. Holy fuck, Beardy. Spot on. Spot on. I'm blown away. Blown away. Nova Scotia. Was he addicted to oxys? I heard that's a thing over there. I almost joined those caravans a couple years back. I know those people. Oh, Beardy, I could see Beardy on a caravan. But only if he's leading the caravan. I don't think you could be a fucking passive member of the caravan. I think you have to lead it. Like, if there's danger, you take care of it. Because you're the leader. And everybody's behind you. So let's see. What have I been up to? Well, I'll tell you what I haven't been up to. I haven't been streaming much past couple weeks. It's become progressively more difficult to fire them up on my end. I can do Morning Decay, even though I kind of phoned it in last week. I'll admit it. Last week's shows weren't very good, and 92% of that is my fault. I came into work with a shitty fucking mentality. Not because of anything that happened between me and Optic or anything that happened on the show. Had nothing to do with that. It's just, I've been having a really, 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 really rough time recently in the old brain. The imbalance in my brain has been all over the place. So I'll wake up and be completely miserable. 10 minutes later, I'll be fine. And then for the next couple hours, I'll be okay. And then it just, out of nowhere, seemingly, it'll just, like, nosedive. So it's been really rough. So streaming has been... It's easy to do it in the morning because I'm not the only one. If it's not just me. Like, if I don't show up for a show here, it's my channel. Like, whatever. I don't care. Because I'm not really into we got to gain subs and we got to get views and we got to grow. And I mean, I'd like to gain subs. I'd like to grow. It'd be cool. But it's not something that I focus on anymore. I used to focus on it a lot. I used to look at Social Blade. I used to look at my views. I used to look at subs, how things are going, what the trends were and shit like that. And it just it made me really unhappy. Really unhappy to focus on that part because it's not the part that I wanted to focus on. It's not the part that I got into this to do. Now, I'm not going to be like other people and just straight up, so I don't care about views and I don't care about this because I'm too cool. And God forbid I show any real human emotion on the internet because someone will call me a faggot. I got to maintain my super cool fucking image. No, I'm not really that cool. And it's fine. I really don't care. I wake up sometimes and I don't feel like streaming. I wake up sometimes and I'm miserable. And that's fine. It sucks. I'd rather not, but it's fine. But it's I just want that's why I'm like I want you guys to understand that sometimes it's not always easy for me to do this shit because there's so much going on in my personal life that I really can't do anything about immediately. It's all things that's a process. There's no quick fix. So sometimes it just gets really overwhelming and I don't want to get out of bed and I don't want to do the show. But like I said, I'd get up and I'd do the morning decay because it's not just me. It's not just like someone else is relying on me. So it makes it easier to get up and do it. But when it's just for me, it's like, well, whatever. Like the way I see it is if I don't show up on morning decay, that might cost Optic money. But if I don't show up here, it costs me money and I don't care. Like it's not, I don't do this for money and I never did this for money. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend, I don't do this for money. I'm a good boy, and I don't care about... No, I like getting donations. Everybody does. Who doesn't want people to throw money at them? That's stupid. Right? But it's not the main reason why I did this. I did YouTube for 3 years, making videos. I made $100 in 3 years off ad revenue. Yeah, I do it for the pussy. Yeah, that's it, Doe. You got me. Fuck. I thought I was going to come off here and be really noble and show off how cool and better I am than everybody else. But nope, Doe got me. I do it for the pussy. It's going real well. Yeah. Going real well. Because according to YouTube, I know this is not true, but according to YouTube, I have a 100% male audience. So, hell yeah. Unless that audience is 100% T-Tac, I'm shit out of luck, boys. But it's just, I just wanted to clarify because I didn't stream for a week, and some of the morning decays were really bad because of me just not giving a fuck when I should. I do care about the show and I do want it to keep going. I do want it to get bigger, but sometimes my brain just won't let me. It won't let me work towards that goal. It'll get in my way, and I get into very fuck it mentality, Wait, Lolly is male and so is Fire Mistress? Well, Fire Mistress watches the streams. I can almost say for certain she's a lady. But Lolly doesn't watch this shit. Lolly doesn't watch my streams. So we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's just, and there's a lot of fighting. Not really with me. There's just fighting all around me. I just I don't care enough anymore to fight with people. I don't understand this. Okay, I told myself I wouldn't talk about it on this channel because I'm so sick of hearing about it. But I do feel the need to address it, and not my opinion on it because who the fuck cares what I think about anything. But this whole pro-Jared thing really exposed something to me. It really kind of just shone a light on something, and I'm just I just don't understand it. Maybe it's because I'm 35, and I'm too tired to give a shit about these people. But I didn't know who pro-Jared was until everything came out this week. And I have a feeling a lot of people didn't know who pro-Jared was until this week. But everybody I've seen, and there's people who stay out of it, of course. I'm just using general terms because it's easier, right? Oh, hey, what up, James? Good to see you. That's a Morning Decay regular. Here's your wrench. So I'm looking around, and I see everybody getting... Now, okay, here's the thing. I get it. The part where he sent pictures to minors is disgusting. People should be outraged about that. Children grow up too fast as it is. You should let kids be kids. And anybody who tries to undermine that or do something inappropriate with children, as far as I'm concerned, I've been very clear. Line them up against the wall, bullet in back of the head, move on with our lives. So that part, I only found that out later. Originally, the drama that was pitched to me was man cheats on wife, divorces her on Twitter. So I was like, okay, so who the fuck cares? But everybody and their mother was acting like they were the victims, was acting like they had been cheated on. When I've been on Twitter for way too long, almost a decade at this point. I've seen things like this happen many, many times before. Have you ever noticed that when there's some big drama, big potential for head pats from people? Have you ever noticed that when there's some big drama, there's a lot of people who immediately jump on it, and if you read the tweets, the vitriol, the anger, the rage that these tweets contained would be appropriate for the victim. But it's really fucking weird how people who weren't involved, don't know these people, will never know these people, can get so fucking mad about something other people did that affects them in no way, shape, or form and changes their life in no way. But if you read their Twitter, the timeline is just full of vitriol and hate for this person that you don't know, that did not do anything to you. But because of people on the internet who said things, you're going to get mad like you actually care. When everybody knows you're full of shit. Everybody knows you don't care that much. And can we take a break from the moral grandstanding, please? I see it all the time. There are a lot of virtuous people on Twitter who never make mistakes. And trust, this isn't a pro-Jared defense. So if you're thinking this is what that is, it's not. Like I said, dude messed with kids, bullet in back of the head. Fuck that guy. I hope he gets everything he has coming to him. But by the same token, can we chill with the moral grandstanding a little bit? All right? Because there's a lot of perfect little angels on Twitter who've never done anything wrong. They're everywhere. They're all morally right. They all know to do the right thing at the right time in every single situation, no matter what the risk. They're perfect. They have the answer for everything. You're an idiot because you didn't know how to proceed. If this they use this term a lot. If this happened to me, if I were there, if I was the one. And they always have the perfect answer for every situation. Always. Cop shoots someone in the street. Oh, well, if I was the cop, here's what I would have done. Can we relax? Can everybody just chill out for a second? Nobody is perfect. Nobody. Busybodies are always a problem. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. And the funny thing about busybodies, Beardy, is this is what makes me laugh the most, is if you probe, and you don't even really have to probe that much, you'll find them, except Mr. Perfect. You're right, Chris. You got me. Damn it. Everybody's wrong except Mr. Perfect. You got me, Chris. Damn it. But if you look at these busybodies, you'll often find that and it's not just busybodies. I've seen this a lot from YouTube streamers too. Since we're on YouTube, let's bring it back to the platform. It's fucking hilarious. The hypocrisy is so thick you could cut it with a knife. You better not dox people. If you dox people, you're a bad person. Probe a little bit, find out they're doxing. I'm a male feminist ally. I'll protect women. Gotta protect women. They gotta protect them all the time. Do a little probing, find out he's a rapist. Why is it that people who are so quick to wag their finger in your face and tell you you've done wrong are also behind the scenes doing the exact same thing they're preaching about not doing? Why is that? Why is hypocrisy not something that we're more offended at? Why is hypocrisy not something that is called out and treated like the shitty thing that it is. Why do people go along? Oh, that's right. It's because you like them. It's because you like them. So when you like someone, it's okay. See, if you don't like me and I dox someone, then I'm a mundane Matt. And I'm a bad, bad person. And you should probably kill me and everybody that I've ever loved. But if you're streamer A over here, who you do like, constantly donate, suck his dick, please notice me senpai type thing. Now this person doxes, oh, we're just going to look over here at the pretty bunnies, rainbows, and flowers. Because that's my friend over there, and he's doing some pretty ugly things that he says he doesn't like, but he still does it. How many people do you think who are on the internet saying, oh, I can't believe he sent dick pics. What a fucking, I can't believe he sent his dick. How many of those people do you think have their phone loaded with pictures of their own dick? I'm estimating 50% being generous. I think it's actually a lot more, but let's be generous. Let's give the internet the benefit of the doubt. 50% of those dudes who are laughing at his dick probably have a sadder dick and probably have taken significantly more pictures. It's just very interesting. It's just very interesting. And I try my best, and I'm not saying I'm perfect either. I'm sure I've said some things and then contradicted myself on a later date. Everybody does. But if I catch it, I'll admit it. And if you bring it up to me, I'll admit it. Because there's nothing wrong with being wrong. It's how you deal with it that shows your true character. If I'm wrong and you have definitive proof that I'm wrong, and I keep arguing with you like I'm not wrong, it's not somebody you want to have around. It's not somebody you want to listen to and take advice from. Personally, my opinion. It's not something that I think I would need in my life. And I would encourage, I think I have I have an older audience too, as well. So I don't think this is really much of a thing. But for other people out there, use your own brain. Think critically, even about people you like. In fact, think critically more of the people you like. I was getting a lot of criticism back when drama was going down in our little circle here. I was getting a lot of criticism. Oh, you're always shit-talking everybody else, but you never say anything to Optic. Well, truth be told in all that, is if there's one person I yell at more than anybody else, it's Optic. I just don't do it in public because he's my friend. I went to him privately, and he'll tell you himself. And there's other people who were in the call when I've yelled at him. I don't care enough to help other people that I've got no interest in having in my life. But the people that I do keep in my life, I am harder on them than anybody else. So if you want to criticize me, that's fine. That's fine. I've received a lot of criticism since I started on YouTube. A lot of it is made up bullshit by talentless fucking hacks. But I've received criticism nonetheless. Some of it has been valid. And I've taken some of that and I've tried to be better. I try not to get so fucking angry and flip off, just lose it. And I haven't in a while. Because I can be very quick to anger. Especially when you're being dumb or you're lying, and I know you're lying because that pisses me off. The one good thing about YouTube is I learned that what people say about you doesn't really matter. It doesn't. It doesn't. The fucking faggot engine did a month of streams on me and Optic. Do you think I give two shits what the coward says about me? I don't give a fuck. He's a proven liar. Multiple times, over and over again. And that's the thing that people forget, is that it's 100 people that watch his pathetic show. 50% of those people already hate him and are there to just hate him. So who cares what the fuck him and his little whore say? Who cares? They're irrelevant. Everybody on YouTube. I hate to tell you, Medicare has been doing better streams recently. I enjoy them. He saves his inane super chats for the end. Beautiful. But in the grand scheme of things, nobody knows who the fuck Medicare is. Real people don't know who Medicare is. People who live on the internet do. Myself, anybody watching this, anybody who spends any time on YouTube, sure. But in terms of massive reach, massive scale, they're not Sargon. They're not PewDiePie. They're not H3. They're not iDubbbz. They're not Pyrocynical. Now, Medicare's getting there. 300K subs, that you can't ignore that. But all these low-tier fucking 20, 30, 50,000 subscribed channels who think they're hot shit, come on. Get some self-awareness. What do you got? 100, 150, 200 people if you put somebody more popular's name in the title, people watching you? 200 people. There are billions of people on the planet.
Oh, broski, you only have 25 people watching you right now.
Yeah? I also don't pound my chest to anyone who will listen. I'm saying, look at my audience. Look at my audience. Exactly, Blackout. Exactly. Why is everyone taking the internet so seriously? It's because they don't have anything else. That's it. That's literally it. When all you have is the internet is very serious to you. When the only place you can feel like a quote-unquote man is the internet is very, very serious to you. When you're so devoid of any actual talent that you have to look to other people to talk shit about them to make your content, to make you feel like a man, you take the internet very seriously. To the point where you'll write checks your ass can't cash, look like a fucking idiot, and still pretend you're hot shit. That's because you don't have a life and you take the internet way, way too seriously. Okay? Way too seriously. And if that's what you have to do to be successful on YouTube, well, thank God I'll be a fucking loser forever. Because that shit ain't for me. That shit ain't for me. Dragging other people down so I can make a couple extra bucks at the end of the day? Hard pass. I'm good. I'm good. Lying about people because I'm so fucking untalented I can't come up with anything to talk about for content so I can make a few extra bucks from pathetic morons who can't think for themselves? Not for me. Hey, if that's for you, more power to you. I wish you the best. I also hope you get hit by a fucking blanket truck. But I wish you the best. You know? It's all good. It's all good, homie. The internet's a very big place. A very big place. Massive. There's no reason why we can't all just retire to our corners and be a nice person. I'm a nice person. I've turned over a new leaf, pun intended, and I'm a nice person now. For the most part. But I'm definitely not doing the drama bullshit. I'm definitely not taking... And the thing is that, like, it's just sad because earlier this week you had... Yeah, exactly, Blackout. I'll stick to creating. People like Blackout. People like Beardy. These are the people we should be supporting. These are the people we should be keeping. These are the people we should be making sure aren't going away because of these drama retards. The concept that Beardy has sets, costumes, scripts, planning, talent, creativity, and he's not killing it while these other fucking retards just sit here and go,
Oh, did you see this guy fucking put his penis where he wasn't supposed to? And now we're going to stream about it for 32 hours? I got a screenshot. Fire up a stream.
Guys, I got a brand new screenshot. Let's do 12 hours on this screenshot. Bill, Put it on the screen. Put the screenshot on the screen. We need those. We need that money, Bill. 3 in the morning? Fuck it. Fire it up the stream. We need to do it. Holy fuck, get a life. Holy shit. Holy shit. You get one screenshot and you fucking fire up a stream. And if you think I'm not exaggerating. That's what's pathetic. I was trying to set up that joke and exaggerate, right, for comedic effect. And all I did was describe what happens. People get one screenshot. Oh, he's done. Cancel him. Hey, Bill, cancel all of them. We got a screenshot. They're fucking done. Yeah, they'll be done for 10 minutes while you're doing your gay stream. The second that stream is over, people are going to move on to something else. But here's the thing. People like Beardy, and I keep going back to Beardy because the guy puts tremendous effort into his fucking content. And is that shit going to be appreciated to the level of somebody talking shit about Pro Jared this week? No. And that's sad. It's really fucking sad. YouTube used to be a platform of creativity. A platform where somebody like Beardy could take his amazing ideas, put them on camera, put them in front of an audience, and they could get traction. And now, you got people like AP who are genuinely fucking funny. Genuinely funny. Actually know how to be funny. Amazing comedic timing. The wit, the speed in which he can get you. One of the best promos I've ever heard. But because of drama fags who can't handle it, he gets his shit flagged. What, did you not like the puppet, bitch? Grow up. And it's just a damn shame. Just a damn shame. Because you get you get talented people who don't get the props they deserve, who don't get the recognition they deserve, and you got all these scum fucks making shitload of money. For what? To talk shit. It's dumb. It's dumb. And maybe one day there'll be a shift. Maybe one day finally people will have enough. Probably not. I get it. I get it. And then every once in a while you'll get an inspiring tale like that of Ghastly, who works his ass off and is finally only now getting a little bit of recognition. Couldn't be happier for the guy. I wish more things like that happened to talented people. Because if you think Ghastly's not talented, what the fuck are you looking for? If you think Beardy's not talented, what are you fucking looking for? If you think these people don't put effort into their content, the fuck more do you want? These aren't people with studios backing them. These are people in their homes, using their free time to do their shit. I can talk, but I don't create anything. I have tremendous respect for people like AP or Blackout or Beardy or Diddy or Optic or anybody else who can apply something and or Byron. You know, each one of those people have their own distinct style, and it sets them apart, and it makes their art special. It could look like other things, but they always have their own spin on it. And that's something I was always admired. That's the best part about streaming is getting in touch with all these creative people. Getting the ideas that I've had in my head for fucking years, telling Blackout, hey, do this, and he can bring it out. I mean, you've seen it 1,000 times on The Morning Decay. What are we doing today? Then my fucked up brain kicks into overdrive, and somewhere between my brain and Optic's hands, it just happens. And that's legitimately my favorite part about streaming, is just all the creativity and the ability that I have now to tell someone, this is in my head. It's been in my head for a while. Please take it out. And then they do it. And that's very cool. It's a very underrated skill. Magog isn't bad either. I've never watched Magog. I know he puts a lot of effort into his stuff. I know there's a lot that goes into it, but I've never talked to the guy or really watched his content. So I mean, I'm sure I'm sure you're not wrong, Chuck. I know. I mean, I've seen his stuff. I just never really sat down and watched it. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just like to see some good people get some good. That's it. I'd like to see some bad people get hit by a truck. full of blankets. Wink, wink. But that's not how life works. If you're shitty, life rewards you. If you're good, life shits on you. That's the way it is. It's an uplifting Mother's Day. All right, boys. I'm gonna put on some music for. I'm gonna put on some music for like 5 minutes. I just need to go get a little refill on my coffee. But I'll leave some music on. Since I don't have a co-host today, you guys get to listen to the Wii music because apparently Nintendo doesn't give a shit if you listen to it. So here you go. I actually feel real bad. I don't want anybody to expose me in a stream. I didn't actually go get coffee. I went to smoke a cigarette, though. So I don't understand how I don't lose people when I leave and go smoke. I don't get it. Do you guys like the Wii music that much? Or do you just take advantage to smoke? I'd like to believe that when I leave, everybody just lights up. That's what. Don't answer in the chat. I have my answer. I like the one I've constructed in my head. That's the one we're going with. I gained 2 viewers? Fuck this, I'm out. I'll just leave. I'll just play the fucking Wii music all day. Rake in those sweet views. Oh, hell yeah, boys. You guys want to talk about genetically modified twins? What is this? Fuck off. What? Yeah, fuck off. Just let me get to the article. All right. I'm going to bring this up on screen. It's going to load up the old chat on my mobile device. I was definitely toking while you were gone. Hell yeah. I have a 16 charisma score without modifiers. Yep, genetically modified twins. Now my phone's almost dead, so let me plug it in so I don't lose you guys. I'm responsible. I can't believe I gained viewers while I was gone. Should I take the hint? Should I just fire? Do people just want to sit in a chat? That'll make my job a hell of a lot easier. Alright. Why is my phone being so stupid? Don't buy iPhones. They don't work. Alright, here we go. Let's bring it up on the screen for you fine folks. There you go. China's genetically engineered twins may have superhuman brain powers. China is developing Magneto. And who's the fucking telepathic one? I'm driving, so obviously I'm smoking. Good man. Good man. Swig of coffee for the working man. All right. Lulu and Nana were born last year following a top-secret project that sparked controversy around the world when it was revealed. The children's genes were modified in a lab so that both youngsters would be resistant to contracting HIV, which is the virus that causes AIDS. But it now appears the cutting-edge experiment may have had an unintended side effect: super enhanced memory and cognition abilities. Dr. Foreigner is the biophysics researcher who used the CRISPR gene editing technique to remove the HIV-allowing CCR5 gene from the twins' DNA. I'm getting a headache from reading this. Research has shown that removing the CCR5 gene in mice has been proven to make them far more intellectually advanced. Alcino J. Silva, a neurobiologist at UCLA, explained to the MIT Technology Review, the answer is likely yes, it did affect their brains. The simplest interpretation is that those mutations will probably have an impact on cognitive functions in the twins. However, experts have pointed out that it will be years before it is clear that the twins have got enhanced brain abilities. But if they do, it is feared that countries could compete to create superhumans with unnatural levels of cognitive potential. Dr. Silva added, could it be conceivable that at one point in the future we could increase the average IQ of the population? I would not be a scientist if I said no. That's a terrifying answer. The work in mice demonstrate that the answer may be yes. But mice are not people. We simply don't know what the consequences will be in mucking around. We're not ready for it yet. So they're fucking with kids' brains now. Mentats, that's hilarious. Jolly Roger Bilgewater says, this is literally just autism. Yeah, fuck the mental stuff when we get in the IRL anime waifus. Jesus. Can you just play the X-Men cartoon theme on 0.75% speed? If they have enhanced intellect and enhanced motivation, then we're fucked 6 ways from Sunday. That's true. And the Chinese are already better than us in most things. They already make most of our shit. So what's next? So China's developing their own branch of the X-Men. Okay. This is a really old article, and I've had this for a while, so I'm going to read it now because I want to get rid of it, and I think it's actually pretty funny. The real test comes from whatever they pop out from the crotch, if it's a viable mutation or not. Fair enough. Fair enough. So Dr. Foreigner is joined by Dr. Journey and Dr. Rush. Yes, this is the Chinese This is the Chinese. Tend not to invent, they steal. This next article is homeopathy conference ends in chaos after delegates take hallucinogenic drug. Almost 30 delegates were rushed to the hospital with hallucinations in Germany. And this is very timely. This is a very timely article. This is from Tuesday, September 8th, 2015. Yeah, sorry, Drax. I kept meaning to get to this one. I don't know how I missed it, to be honest, because this is right up my alley. I like these kinds of articles. They're funny. They make me laugh. Plus, I've done hallucinogens before, and I've never had a bad trip, so I'm not a bitch. We can laugh at them. Yep. Spoiler, Tennessee. Spoiler. A homeopathy conference has ended in chaos in Germany after dozens of delegates took an LSD-like drug and started suffering from hallucinations. That's not you don't suffer. You don't suffer from the hallucinations. You enjoy them. You go with it. Broadcaster NDR described the 29 men and women staggering around, rolling in a meadow, talking gibberish, and suffering severe cramps. The first three sound awesome. All right? I don't know why they're complaining. Okay, so you got a couple of cramps. Big deal. You're rolling in a meadow. Yeah, exactly. Drax gets it. You experience them. You don't suffer. Obviously. You just go with it. Oh. Okay, after this article, I got to find a video. And I think you guys will enjoy it. It's pretty good. More than 150 medical staff, ambulances, and police descended on the scene and took the raving delegates to the hospital. The patients aged between 24 and 56 were found suffering from experiencing delusions, breathing problem, racing hearts, and cramps, with some in a serious condition. Oh my. Tests on their blood and urine revealed that they had all taken hallucinogenic drug 2CE, which is known as aquarust in Germany and has been illegal there since the end of last year. No one recovered sufficiently to be interviewed by police until Monday, a spokeswoman said. Holy shit, that's a hell of a trip. Torsten Passi, a member of the German government's expert commission for narcotics, told NDR it must have been a multiple overdose. That does not support the view that the people concerned took the hallucinogen knowingly. One has to assume that people were not told the substance, its effects, and risks before taking it. Police are reportedly looking into the possibilities, including the drug being taken as a joint experiment or being given to conference participants as a prank. No arrests have yet been made, and as the investigation continues into a possible violation of Germany's Narcotics Act. Look at that! Hey, this one has a penguin on it! Ah! LSD penguin! LSD penguin! That's awesome. That's awesome. Speaking of the penguins, let's see how they're doing. Penguin. Let's see how they're doing. Look at them. Look at them. Let's see it in the nest. Let's see who's in the nest. Look at that. Close up of the penguins. Look at them. A joint experiment. Interesting choice of words, right? Look at them. Aren't they amazing? I think Naomi Diaz was the one who put me onto this. And I watch it pretty much every day. Just a little bit. Just to get a look. Look at them flap their little flippers. All right, this is the Penguin cast now. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk about this stupid article. Look at the shit. Okay, can't look at that anymore. See, the Penguin LSD. The Association of German Healing Practitioners, VDH, which represents homeopaths, quickly distanced itself from the embarrassment. In a statement, it said none of its representatives took hallucinogens during the incident in Handeloth. The organizers of this obscure conference are unknown to us, and such events will not be tolerated by our association, a spokesperson said. Unfortunately, the conference in Handeloth or Handelo, has severely damaged the image of the homeopathy profession, and we have clarified that such acts are not in the spirit of natural therapy and contradicts our values both morally and legally. The Association of German Healing Practitioners detests such misdemeanors. The British government's Drug Advisory Service, Frank, describes 2CE as a psychedelic and hallucinogenic stimulant that has effects somewhere between ecstasy and LSD. Sounds like a hell of a time to me. Anyone taking it experiences a buzz and feeling of being alive and in tune with their surroundings, their colors and smells. Can't confirm. It can also cause hallucinations, sexual arousal, hypersensitivity, and other effects that become more intense and uncontrollable with higher doses. Also can't confirm. The drug is classed as relatively new by Frank and not widely available in the UK, but is illegal as part of the phenethylamine family as a Class A drug. Hey, look, there's an advertisement for my Fuck the Kumite shirt. That's so funny. Look at it right there. Beautiful shirt. Let's take a look. Oh, it doesn't go to my store. False advertising. I just want to find a video real quick. I'm pretty sure Drax has seen it before, but maybe not. 2CE is fun, but it's so hard to take a proper dose. 2CB is way safer. There you go. Ask Dr. Drax. Oh, I think I found it. Yes! Okay. There's a video that I watched years ago. My buddy... Undeafen? What? Oh. Hey, Drax.
Hey.
I saw you, Brandon.
It's pronounced phenethylamine.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, since you're here, hold up. Let me open up my circle.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you, did you just want to come and say that, or you can stick around for a minute?
I can stick around for a minute.
All
I gotta go feed my cat in a second.
All right.
That'll only take me a minute.
I got a 2-minute video here. It's a video I stumbled upon years ago. My buddy, were you in the call yesterday when I showed you a picture of my buddy Tarek? When I put
no.
No?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me see if I still have the picture on my desktop. I'll DM it to you. Fuck, I don't have it anymore. My buddy Tarek is basically he's you when it comes to like LSD and like drugs and shit. Like he was my Drax before I had a Drax, right?
Right.
He shows me this video because I was like, dude, I'm thinking about trying acid, and he's like, cool, man, I got a video for you. So if you go in the live show chat, the link to the My Circle is there. Just let me know when you're in here, and we'll take a look. Just as a kind of a little get the.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
You've seen this?
Before.
I knew you did. It's so good. It's an LSD testing on British Marines in 1964. And it has one of my favorite lines. I'll let you know.
So, but what they were essentially what they were doing is they were testing it as a weapon.
Yeah.
They were gonna try to basically dose the Germans with it, and then the Germans or not the Germans, because it's obviously 1964, but they would dose the enemy with it, and then see what happened. But obviously, you can't just dose the enemy easily. So
not
they
that
did it on
simple.
their own guys.
Yeah, they. All right, so here is a British Marines testing LSD in 1964. It also has, like I mentioned, one of my favorite lines from anything ever. So here we go. I haven't seen this in years. The fucking music.
In order to test the effects of an incapacitating drug under field conditions, a simple exercise was devised. The troops were given the same quantity of water to drink before each day's exercise. Unknown to the troops, The drug was added to the water on the second day. The drug was given orally to the men in the hospital ward at 11:15. And they immediately imbust, arriving at the exercise area 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I've got
At
a
11:40,
15-minute
the
video
first
of it.
effects of the drug make their appearance. The men no longer take cover, they relax and begin to giggle. At this time, one man is more severely affected than the others,
Pussy.
losing all contact with reality,
Pussy.
dropping his rifle, and becoming
He's
unable
like, "Oh,
to take any
shit."
part in the operation.
I'm fucked up. Man, I'm
In
fucked up.
fact, he has to be withdrawn from the exercise a few minutes later.
What a can't handle your high.
Section 2 starts
Right.
to advance to Redwood. The troops have lost their air of urgency,
Oh, here it comes.
and many men are laughing.
Here it is.
Meanwhile,
Oh, no, it's
radio
afterwards.
communication at the beaches has become difficult, if not
Look at
impossible.
they're wrapped around the tree.
Men with no specific task to
drops
perform have relapsed into laughter and inconsequential behavior, though they are still capable
Looks like
of
fucking
sustained physical
JCVD.
effort.
Right?
This man nearly succeeded in felling this tree using only a spade.
Jesus.
70 minutes
shot that
after the
tree with a
administration of
shovel.
the drug, with one man climbing a tree, the troop commander gives up, saying,
I love that. 70 minutes into the test with one man climbing a tree. I fucking love that line. That is the
This
best
so
line.
shitty though. Like when they just don't know that
Yeah.
they're fucking tripping at. Like,
Yeah. That's
oh,
not
it's gotta
good.
be-
Yeah. No, I totally like. I was yelling pussy, but obviously for comedic effect, because if you don't know you're getting dosed with hallucinogens, and the effects just start happening, oof.
And I'm reading the thing. They took 200 micrograms. So I mean,
Jesus, really?
it's not a low dose for your first time.
No, really, and it's-
especially if you don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was just about. Especially if you don't know,
And
like
it's
that's not a dose
properly
to
dosed.
fuck with.
Like 9 times out of 10, you go out on the street and someone's like, "Yeah, bro, these are 200 micrograms." No, it's
You're
not.
like, no, it's not.
Fucking not. Like,
You're like, no, I'm not.
saying, I cannot do anything about this. I cannot control the men, and I can take no action myself. I am wiped out as an attacking force.
I put the 15-minute version.
Yeah.
Hold on.
In the Discord,
For chat, yeah.
Operation Moneybag. So this is the full thing.
The full like that whole video. It wasn't just cut down.
Oh shit. All right, we could take a look at this. Fuck it. Operation Moneybags. That's
It
what
shows
we-
them they're like yeah, they can still respond normally, but it only lasts for a second and then they can't.
and then they lose their fucking mind.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it back up on screen. And let's learn about LSD, kids. What a touching Mother's Day tribute. Oh yeah, the genetically modified twins. That was the Mother's Day special. So there you go. Now we're just going back to
Yeah,
degeneracy and drugs.
if you go to like 10 minutes into the video,
Yeah.
that's about where like
Where the
they're
other one
all, like,
picks up?
where they're all tripping balls.
All right, so we'll watch up to that. See if we can learn something. I just like that it's called Operation Moneybags.
I know, right? Operation Moneybags. See?
Oh, and by the way, that's Beardy in the tree. And for anybody that was concerned, he didn't fall out. He built a fucking treehouse with plumbing. Incapacitating agent.
Yeah, they don't
call it.
They don't call it a trial of acid, man. Oh, there it is.
This film was made during the course of an experiment to test the possible effects of the drug lysergic acid dithylamide. I always have trouble with that one. LSD-25 for short. On troops in the field, this drug has been widely used in hospitals for the treatment of mental disorders. Oh, good. We're getting a Star Wars crawl.
Yep.
It was administered to the volunteers in a drink of water, and no attempt was made to disperse it realistically as from a weapon.
For this experiment, a simple
Oh,
exercise
wait, hold on. Diethylamide. Diethylamide. There we go. Thank you, Wiki. The most helpful fucking YouTube account you can find.
was devised based on the internal security problems met by our forces during the Ioka campaign in Cyprus. 17 Marine volunteers were organized into a troop of 2 sections with a headquarters element. The troop was given the task of capturing as many terrorists as possible and of locating some
Even in the 60s, they were obsessed with terrorists.
stores which had
Right.
been hidden in defined areas. The exercise
Well, I
was
think IRA and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Fair enough. Beardy in the chat says, "See, that's why I was there. They were trying to treat my madness. They failed. And all they did was they turned Beardy into the Beardbarian."
designed to be repeated on each
Origin
of 3 days,
story.
with the same general idea but with differing situations introduced to prevent the action becoming automatic. In order to provide control conditions, the troops were given the same quantity of water to drink before each day's exercise. Unknown to the troops, the drug was added to the water on the 2nd day. The drivers were
Jesus.
undrugged.
Right.
For the sake of safety, the troops were not
Drivers were
given any
undrugged. Oh,
ammunition
thank
during
God.
the exercise.
And they weren't given any ammunition. Thank God.
Thank God.
These
Yeah. Right.
opening scenes are being shown to provide a composite picture of the high state of training of the men making up the troop.
It'd be really funny
And
if
also
that
to
cigarette
provide
was
a
actually
comparison
weed
with their
that sent him over the edge.
I like how they chose the footage of 2 dudes sitting in the grass looking at a piece of paper to display the high training.
Right?
2 dudes looking at a map.
Depend-
He's like,
depends
"Bill,
what
the
you're
map's
doing.
upside down." No, it's not.
Performance on the 2nd day when under the influence of the drug. Notice the wide dispersion of the section commanded by the sergeant as it moves across the open country. They move at the double as they advance into the wood, which could be occupied by the enemy. Movements are cautious and alert, continuous observation being maintained.
Yo, could you imagine how mentally exhausting that is? On high
What,
alert,
just-
like being in a war zone, high alert all times, looking around at all times. Like you
Oh,
have
God,
to
I'm
stay
sure
fucking
it's-
woke like the whole fucking time. Like, can you imagine how fucking draining that must be? I have trouble paying attention to a fucking YouTube video.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
No, I definitely wouldn't be able to do it. No fucking way.
I'd be good. I'm gonna come in handy if someone ever tries to invade like the West Coast. Like then I'll be there. But
I'll be handy if like they need somebody to make people laugh. But besides that, I think I'd be shit out of luck. So this is the first day, right?
Notice again the general air of watchfulness.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's still the first. Well, I mean, no.
Unless it
I don't
hasn't
know
kicked
how-
in yet.
Right.
And the pause in movement made by a section commander for observation and listening. The sentry is alert
Yeah, this is definitely not on the drug.
and making maximum use of cover.
Looks like he's taking a shit. He looked all ashamed.
It is emphasized that these scenes were not posed specially. In fact, some of them were taken on the 3rd day of the trial, when familiarity with the action might be expected to have taken the edge off the initial enthusiasm of the troop. On the 2nd day of the exercise, the troop commander was told that about half a dozen terrorists were thought to be in his troop area.
Day 2, drug.
This map shows the ground, under a square mile in extent, in which the exercise was to take place. The troop commander was told that the terrorists would try to clear the stores, which were known to be hidden in this re-entrant. The troop commander's plan was to form a firm base at beaches. Then, number 2 section was to move to the southern edge of the re-entrant by way of Redwood. Number 1 section was to move to the northern end as soon as it was clear that number 2 section was not being opposed. However, number 2 section came under fire, first from the brick hut, later from Redwood. This, in the event, resulted in number 1 section being sent to reinforce number 2 section. The drug was given orally to the men in the hospital ward at
Oh my God,
11:15.
Oh,
And they
hell
immediately
Yeah, look at all that.
arriving at the exercise area.
Motherfucker's got a 2-liter of acid over there. It looked like a fucking Coke bottle.
Well, I mean, it had to have been diluted. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. I don't think that's pure LSD.
Yeah.
10 minutes
I'd be
later.
like, ooh.
Right?
They advance in extended line on the beaches where the troop commander planned to form his firm base. During the clearing of the wood,
Quick. You can keep playing it though. I've seen this a million times.
All
So.
right, right on.
a terrorist is discovered in a thicket and is captured. Some stores are also found.
Aha, we got that thicket terrorist.
Medical staff and observers wearing civilian clothes accompany the troop throughout the exercise.
I wonder if they used homeless people as
By
terrorists.
11:35, troop headquarters is established on the southern edge of the beaches. At 11:40, the first effects of the drug make their appearance.
Uh-oh.
2 Marines are reported to the troop commander for insubordination, no one realizing that their behavior was due to the first effects of the drug. The drug is also beginning to affect the other men. They no longer take cover, they relax and begin to giggle. At this time, one man is more severely affected than the others, losing all contact with reality, dropping his rifle, and becoming unable to take any further part in the operation. In fact, he has to be withdrawn from the exercise a few minutes later.
He really doesn't look like he's having a good day.
Meanwhile, 2 Section starts to advance to Redwood. The troops have lost their air of urgency, and many men are laughing.
Thank God they didn't give him bullets. That would have been bad. At least they're having a good time, though.
They advance over open country and suddenly come under effective fire from the brick hut on their left flank. The umpire rules that 2 men have been killed by this fire. One of them is the radio operator, who by this time, 11:50, has become incapable of operating his set effectively anyway.
It took 10 minutes.
His relief
It took
reports
10
the
minutes.
incident to troop headquarters, where the level of efficiency of the men, including that of the troop commander, is also dropping.
They look like
The section
Ghostbusters.
commander is informed
Right.
that the brick hut will be neutralized by the rocket launcher carried in troop headquarters, and that he is to continue the advance as soon as the target is engaged.
Guys just walking around
The
flying.
movements of the rocket launching team have become slow and uncoordinated.
They got
and
a
it is
rocket
apparent
launcher!
that they are now incapable of taking proper aim.
It's like,
Jesus, look at this guy!
Look at his face. It's like,
Holy
"Whoa, bro."
shit! That is hilarious. Yeah, fuck this. Wait, is it this way? How does this work? What am I doing here?
At 11:55,
Holy
2 Section
shit.
continues its advance until it again comes under fire from the direction of Redwood. At this point, 45 minutes
No
after
sense of
administration of
urgency
the
in getting on
drug,
ground.
these men, although becoming more and more detached from the reality of their environment, are still capable of effective response to any sudden stimulus. However, their response is for limited periods only, after which they again become indecisive and lethargic in their movements. At the edge of the wood, in the area from which fire has just been brought to bear on them, they are bunching and fail to get under cover quickly.
Hey, bro, I think they're shooting at us. from
At
over
12
here.
o'clock,
He
2
tripped,
Section again
and
reports
then he
the situation
tripped.
and asks for reinforcements.
Hey man, we need some help.
As a
here.
result,
Got any more of
number
that
1
water?
section is dispatched by Land Rover from the beaches to reinforce them from the right flank, which is presumed to be clear of the enemy. Without the stimulus of an immediate objective, the men give way to laughter.
Yeah, I wonder what they're actually
Defensive
seeing,
position.
though. Like,
Right?
are they seeing what? Like, I wonder. Like, if someone who has no reference whatsoever to psychedelics, they got no idea what this shit does. are they seeing all the geometric patterns and colors and shit?
Yeah,
or are
like,
they
what
just kind
is-
of like, are they getting something else? I don't know.
From the looks of it, they just look like they got that, which I found was more common with mushrooms, to be honest. That when I took them, I got way more giggly on mushrooms than I did on LSD.
How much mushrooms did you usually take?
I'd start off with an eighth, so 3.5
Okay.
grams, and then usually by the end of the night, I'm more around 9 or 10.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
we used
if
to
you
do
don't eat
mushrooms a
them all-
lot.
if
Not
you
all
eat
at
them
once
at
though.
once-
Like I would eat a 3.5 off the bat to
Oh.
really kick me in the ass to get going, and then when I would hit that first wave, and then when the wave started calming down, I would eat maybe 2 more grams, kick it back in action,
Oh yeah,
and just keep
that
going like
all
that.
that does because psilocybin has a pretty high tolerance.
Yeah, I know you have to
eat.
eat, like if you eat 4 one day, you'll have to eat like 5,
No,
6.
even just like later in the night.
No, I know that you have to. It's one of those things where you always
So
have
you
to do
eat,
more.
Eat 7 grams right off the bat, and it's almost like DMT. It's getting close.
Yeah.
Like you just start seeing
Mushrooms
colors
are
and
my
it
favorite drug to
takes over your entire.
mushrooms are my favorite drugs to do. Were least favorite to take. I hate taking the mushrooms. I just
I
really
hate
like
taking
the
them.
effect.
I also hate when I throw up off of them.
I never have. My brother-in-law, every time, he throws
Yeah.
up. But
Yeah, I
actually, it
throw up every
enhances your high. So,
Not when you've eaten
well,
7.5
Y-
grams.
fair enough.
That's you're puking for 3 hours.
oh, okay. See, usually him. What it was. The first time we did mushrooms together, it was hilarious because we were walking right next to a church. The second we got like lined up with the front door, he turns around, looks at the church, projectile vomits, and then keeps walking. And I froze in my tracks, and I went, "Holy shit, you're the Antichrist!"
Now, there's this stuff now that's getting popular called 4-ACO DMT,
Mm-hmm.
and it essentially turns into the same thing that psilocybin turns into in your body.
Really?
Psilocin. So it's just like you take 20 milligrams of this stuff, and it's like eating an eighth of mushrooms.
Oh wow, that sounds nice.
And it's exactly the same.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Conditions are
Yeah,
not
it's pretty
adopted.
Don't
However,
mind it.
when the enemy throws a thunder flash into the section,
Uh-oh.
the men are again stimulated into awareness, but it is only the radio operator who responds sufficiently to capture the man.
The radio
The
guys.
section is still within
He's
sight of
laughing.
the beaches,
I got him,
which
guys.
is only 700
Yeah.
yards away over open
Got him.
country.
Gonna give me a medal.
Hey man, we're gonna make you
By
drink some of
5
this
minutes
water.
past 12, however, the troops are so disorientated that they are incapable of appreciating this. The sergeant tries to use a map, and they start arguing about their position before sending the prisoner back to troop headquarters.
No, bro, we're on Mars. This is clearly Mars.
They're like, yeah, you'll go, right? You'll go get captured, right? You'll go get captured.
Meanwhile, radio communication at the beaches has become difficult, if not impossible.
I love those guys.
I know, it's Radar O'Reilly.
Men with no specific task to perform have relapsed into laughter and inconsequential behavior, though they are still capable of sustained physical effort.
Yep. Before
This
he became a
man
movie
nearly
star.
succeeded in felling this tree using only a spade.
That's insane.
However, constructive action is still attempted by those retaining their sense of responsibility and having a definite job to do.
cut down trees.
Well, exactly.
Hey.
In Redwood
Picking
at
up acid,
12:10,
you'll
number
get
1
into
section
it,
makes
bro.
contact with number 2 section.
Hey.
Neither section commander feels himself capable of continuing to command, and each tries to hand over to the other. The link-up having been achieved,
I
in the
can't
absence of
command,
firm lead,
bro.
Yeah,
You
it's like,
command.
yo,
no,
bro.
man, I can't do it.
Yo,
you
bro,
do
you
it.
do it, man. Nah, man, you do it. Hey, that guy with the radio captured a terrorist, man. Let him do it.
He's the leader. Watch him watch him have the he's like wakes up from the ego death and he's got a god complex.
He goes and slaps the colonel. Fuck you, this is my operation now.
leadership, the men begin to drift aimlessly.
Can't tell me what
Eventually,
to do. I'm
at
everything. I know
12:20,
it all.
more
Right.
by individual decision than by command, they decide to return to their firm base at the beaches.
They're going to have a beach party.
Would be a fun place to trip.
While
Right?
these incidents are taking place, the troop commander is still
Like, out
trying
in
to
the
direct the
forests
action,
of
in
the
spite of
plains
feeling
of England,
nauseated
like, I'd be
and
down.
being disturbed.
Well, my buddy, where we used to do mushrooms all the time, he had this like massive house in the woods. So we would just like
Oh, awesome.
we'd start off by like taking the shrooms and playing music while they kicked in. Then once they kicked in and one of us was just like, I want to go outside, then we'd all just go out in the woods. It's good times. It's fucking dark though, because there's no streetlights or anything, because it's the woods.
Dark's the
By the
best
men-
for tripping.
Yeah, it is. We used to fuck with each other with flashlights and stuff. It was good times.
I'd like, you know, eat like one thing I used to like to do: eat 5 grams, and just sit in a
Yeah.
dark room
Listen to
by
music.
yourself,
Yeah.
without other people. No music, no nothing.
No,
Just-
nothing. Just quiet.
Yeah,
Meditation.
just quiet, black, and then you just start to see crazy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because you got nothing to reference, like you got nothing to ground you, and then it just takes you off, and it's like, okay, cool.
I used to like doing, when we used to go walk in the woods, my buddy had a shed. So what I would do is I would stand facing the shed, like the Blair Witch. I would just wait for them to come back.
Asshole.
Yeah, I'm a big time asshole.
Mental effects produced by the drug. In beaches, an enemy walks right through the position undetected, returns and throws a thunderflash. A few men respond sufficiently to capture and search him, but 70 minutes after the administration of the drug, with one man climbing a tree, the troop commander gives up,
Oh yeah, they're
saying,
peeking by now.
I cannot do
Oh, hell
anything
yeah.
about
Oh,
this. I
maybe
cannot
not. Maybe
control the
like
men,
just
and I can
starting
take
to-
no action
Look at him
myself.
in the tree.
I am
Look at
wiped
Beardy
out
go.
as an attacking force.
Oh, fuck, that's funny.
The following
hadn't even-
scenes were
they hadn't
taken
even
while the
hit the
troop
full
waited
effect.
for transport to take them back to the station hospital for observation. Relieved of trying to maintain command, the troop commander shows the full effects of the drug, the main signs of which he has managed to suppress until this time.
He's just
Having a good
embraced the
time.
drug.
Organization of the men was made difficult by the fact that reality had become so distorted for some of them that they
People just
became
stand, he's like,
unwilling
"Nah,
and
fuck
even
you, bro."
afraid to enter the ambulance and other vehicles.
I don't want to go in the car. I want to stay in the woods. I like it here.
Yeah, it's,
No, don't bring me. I don't want to go. Yo, that guy's going to get executed.
right?
Okay. No, I don't want to. No, you said we were going to the store. This doesn't look like the store.
I got these
Oh, no, they're big
After
rapist
much
vans.
delay, they all arrived safely at the hospital at 1 o'clock. 2 hours later, at 3 o'clock, the effects of the drug are beginning to wear off. In the hospital ward, some of the men lie on their beds.
He's planking.
Most of them are still laughing as they talk about their symptoms and the day's exercise.
I can't understand him.
On doing something or taking charge or anything like that, everything went off again. Oh, because you moved the back. Yeah, no, it's true, though,
Oh God, this is awful.
Yeah.
The sergeant can give routine orders to his men again, although they are still slow to respond to discipline.
All I want us to do is to fall in as you would normally, standby beds in a barrack room. What do you mean? Hey, what do you say? What do you mean, Joe? Beds for a start. What's it called? Beds for side by side.
I wonder how
Anyway,
many
as
of them
you would in a
after
barrack
this are
room.
like,
As normal,
why am I in the military?
Where am I?
What am I doing? Like, no, like having that that awakening afterwards, that like change of heart or change
Yeah.
of-
When you suddenly realize you're not high anymore.
But
At
all
the same
shitty
time, the
experience is
troop
still kinda
commander,
with you.
although
But it
feeling more
changes.
capable of thinking and acting normally, is, in fact, still experiencing one of the characteristic effects of the drug. Everything he looks at appears to be patterned. While looking at
nice.
the white ceiling, he
Nice.
describes geometrical patterns which
Nice.
are colored
Oh,
and
hell
three-dimensional.
That guy's having a
They
good
appear
time.
to move in
Oh,
and
okay,
out
cool.
of each
Well,
other.
That's
cool
cool.
because
By the following morning, they were all
He doesn't have any
capable of
reference
carrying
for
out
it.
their normal
But
duties.
Yeah.
he still knows what it does.
That's cool.
These final scenes, taken 48 hours after the administration of the drug, Show them on the third day's exercise, when all the objectives were achieved in only 3 hours.
They're all in the truck. They're like, I had more fun yesterday.
Probably feeling good that day, though, too. They probably got everything done quicker.
Probably, yeah. Well, he said it only took him a little under 3 hours.
I can't remember how long they said it.
That's cool. Well, I mean,
time.
that's cool. I'd never seen the full version of that video.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit more of an insight of what they were doing.
Yeah, well,
it's just like, oh, look at these guys doing dumb shit. But it's like, look at how smart they are to begin with.
I mean, it's not an easy thing to do for sure. Like, without a doubt. Like,
yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I've been on acid before, and I was in my room, and that was a bit much. But we have an article here, Drax.
Oh.
We have an article that goes perfectly with what we just watched. Because oh, hold on. Yeah, fuck off. I hate this shit. Okay, there we go. All right. Because in the wonderful place known as Denver, magic mushrooms are now decriminalized.
Not illegal.
The mushrooms won't be able to be sold openly in shops, but people will now be able to use them without fear of prosecution. So Denver just got a little more silly.
So what they're probably going to be able to do is like grow them. You'll probably be able to grow them in your house.
Yeah. Just
which
not
is
sell them.
really, really fucking easy.
It is easy. It is
like
easy.
Anybody with a brainstem grow mushroom.
Yeah, my buddy used to grow them in his closet at his parents' house.
Yeah. It doesn't smell.
No?
No,
it's a good thing they don't smell like they tip.
It smells kind of like.
There's a funk, but it's not.
There's a funk, but like you gotta get in there.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like my weed right now, where as soon as I walk into my room, it's clear as day that there's a stoner that lives here, and I have it in like an airtight glass.
I mean, have you ever been into a grow op?
Of course.
It smells a little different.
Yeah, it does. Just a little bit.
It smells a little bit more poopy.
Just a little poopy, yeah. just a little bit more poopy. You're not wrong, Drax. Denver has become the first U.S. city to decriminalize psilocybin, the psychoactive ingredient in magic mushrooms. A public vote on Tuesday returned a slim 51% majority in favor of changing the law. The mushrooms are still technically illegal, but people aged 21 or older are now extremely unlikely to be prosecuted for using or possessing mushrooms. Police and prosecutors will treat possession of psilocybin as the lowest priority. The city decriminalized cannabis possession in 2005 and the rest of Colorado in 2012, a move that has since been followed by other U.S. states. I think today's outcome really demonstrates that the conversation is going to continue and the world is ready for it, said Cindy Sovine, a strategist for the campaign to decriminalize the drug. Psychedelics are already here. Now we can start to have the conversation about using them mindfully. We're not talking about legislation. We're talking about not putting people in jail, she added. Psilocybin has been illegal in America since the 1960s, but some studies in recent years have found positive effects on anxiety and depression for cancer patients. Oh God, they look disgusting.
I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find because I just remembered that other stuff I mentioned.
Yeah.
The 4-ACO, I believe it's legal in Canada.
Really? It could be. I
know 5-MeO DMT is legal in Canada.
Yes, that it is.
You can just order that shit online.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't understand how that's legal. But weed wasn't illegal.
Yeah, we're a silly country. Campaigners also say it can help with post-traumatic stress and other conditions. As well as recreational use, magic mushrooms have also long been used in some religious practices because of their strong effects on perception and spiritual experience. A campaign to decriminalize psilocybin in California failed to qualify for a vote in 2018, but campaigners in Oregon are hoping to vote for a vote next year. Magic mushrooms are a Class A drug in the UK, on par with heroin and crack cocaine.
Yeah, that's insane.
That makes no fucking sense. Possession
it's so
can mean
insane.
Holy shit. Possession can mean up to 7 years in prison, supplying the drug carriers.
Worse Ours here in America.
Being a supplier, the possibility of a life sentence.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
7
that's-
years for dealing? 7 years for
No.
possessing?
Yeah, and here in the U.S., you get fucking they throw life sentences at drug dealers all the time.
Really? I mean, I knew they were rough. Like, you can get jailed for.
If you get if you're
Holding.
a big time drug dealer, like if you're just a small time dealer, you're probably only gonna get 5 years. You probably won't. Depends. It's weird. Like you get people who sell weed, like they'll get in 10 years and shit.
Yeah.
And then you get the guy that sells like crystal meth on the corner next to the school, and he gets let on his own recognizance. Like it's fucking.
It's pretty fucked. I got another drug-related article here. Shock. 25 pounds of meth disguised as Aztec calendars found in Orange County. And this is, we took a trip to Garden Grove. Smelled like Lou Dog inside the van. 9 people in Orange...
I wonder how they did that.
Well, let's find out. 9 people in an Orange County drug ring have been indicted for trying to ship 25 pounds of meth disguised as Aztec calendars and decorations from Garden Grove to Hawaii. The drugs were part of a nearly 90-pound shipment that appeared to be colorful, decorative Mexican items, including the replicas of 500-year-old Aztec calendar stone. The U.S. Attorney's Office said Tuesday that 25 pounds of disguised meth were intercepted in July in Orange County. Officials say the traffickers also tried to ship 5 pounds of the drugs to Hawaii inside bags of ground coffee. Maybe that's why I like McDonald's coffee so much. Each defendant faces a series of charges, including conspiracy to distribute methamphetamine. So there's a video here. I can't put it in my circle, but it's only 22 seconds long, so I'm sure you could skip.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch. I'll just watch it.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, an
But I
Orange
already
County
see-
drug ring used these colorful and decorative fake relics to traffic drugs out of Southern California. Federal agents say they tried to ship 25 pounds of methamphetamine disguised as Aztec calendars and statues from Garden Grove to Hawaii. 9 people have been indicted in the suspected ring, all of
that's a
them
lot of
from
meth.
Southern California.
Not gonna lie, just someone who is very interested in this kind of shit. That's extremely...
Alyssa Milano is calling on all women to...
Yeah, fuck Alyssa Milano. Dumb cunt.
That's a really ingenious way to disguise
It really is. That's the thing about drug dealers. Sure, they're breaking the law, but at least they're doing it creatively. But this one I thought was fucking hilarious. Little cautionary tale. Since Brandon is in Disney. Oops. Great-grandmother, 69, is arrested and jailed for 12 hours after Disney World security guard found her prescription CBD oil, which she uses to treat arthritis. So we have the bullet points here. Hester Jordan Burkhalter, 69, took her family to Walt Disney World. At entrance to Magic Kingdom, security guards found prescription CBD oil. Burkhalter says the CBD oil was prescribed to treat pain caused by her arthritis. Guards alerted Orange County Sheriff's deputies who tested the oil. Oil was found to have traces of THC, which creates the quote-unquote high effect in marijuana. Burkhalter was sent to jail where she spent 12 hours before posting bond. Prosecutors dropped felony charges after local media inquired about the story. Look at this menace to society. Look at her. I'm glad that the fucking Magic Kingdom has some really good security guards and Florida has clearly top-notch fucking police officers. Because look at this menace. Look at her. A druggie if I've ever seen one. Fuck that.
I've done actual drugs at Disneyland.
Don't say it, Drax. They're gonna come and get you.
I remember when we went to Disneyland for my grad night, when I was in high school. So we all went to Disneyland, and I remember I took about 4 grams of mushrooms, and I took 150 milligram ecstasy pill.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. Brandon in the chat says she looks like she could be on meth. Brandon.
She's mad. She's
She's
pissed off.
pissed. I would be too. Fucking God, the happiest place on earth. My ass can't even have a little CBD oil. Fuck Disney. I hope they bulldoze it down. Who the fuck arrests a 69-year-old grandmother? And while we're at it, fuck Florida too. A great-grandmother from North Carolina. And she's from North Kakalaki. It's Tater's grandma.
Oh, my God.
God damn it. No wonder he's been so down recently. His grandma's getting harassed at fucking Walt Disney World.
That's awful.
A great-grandmother from North Carolina spent 12 hours in a Florida jail after she was arrested. A Florida jail. Jesus. After she was arrested during a family trip to Disney World for having medical marijuana. Hester Jordan Burkhalter, 69, was booked on a state felony charge of possession of cannabis concentrates after her prescription CBD oil was tested by Orange County deputies for THC. In Florida, it is illegal to possess any amount of THC or tetrahydrocannabinol. Damn it, I almost got it. Which is the chemical in marijuana that produces the effect of getting high. But Burkhalter, a resident of Hildebrand, North Carolina, was prescribed a CBD oil that claimed to not have any THC. She says she and her family saved up money for 2 years for their trip to Walt Disney World in Orlando. Burkhalter says that when the family reached the checkpoint at the entrance to the theme park, she had her belongings searched. A security guard there. Does she look like a meth head there, Brandon? Burkhalter says that when the family reached the checkpoint at the entrance to the theme park, she had her belongings searched. A security guard found the CBD oil and alerted a sheriff's deputy, fucking snitch, who arranged to have the oil tested. Fuck you, you fucking fag, and your little mouse. I hope that castle burns down to the ground. Happiest place on earth, my ass.
Fucking anti-Semite.
Yeah, you fucking anti-Semite, you Jew hater. Fuck you, Disney.
How can you like that man, Brandon?
Yeah, he hates Jews. He's a Nazi. Well,
he wasn't a Nazi.
But that's the shocking state. Oh God, my knee. Oh fuck. Ow. Okay. I need some CBD oil. When the test showed traces of THC, Burkhalter was arrested. She spent 12 hours in jail before being released on $2,000 bond. I have really bad arthritis in my legs, in my arms, and in my shoulders, she said. Jesus Christ. I use CBD oil for the pain because it helps. Burkhalter says she was shocked by her arrest. I've never had one speeding ticket in my life. The sheriff's office insists that the deputy was simply following the law when the arrest was made. Fuck you.
Hold on. I'm not gonna, because it is illegal in Florida. So I'm not gonna get mad at the fucking cop for doing his job.
Oh, okay.
However,
Oh, okay. So it's in California. It's in California, Florida, Brandon. It's in California, Florida.
The happiest place on earth is Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh, that's California? Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
fuck.
that's the one.
It's a dumb fucking tagline. It's all stupid. And Disney's stupid.
But no, I'm pissed that the fucking Orange County DA was about to press felony charges on this woman. And then they only dropped it when the media was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So I guess if he was only following the law, what difference does it make if people are upset about it? He's following the law. So the justification for that should be, like, if your justification for arresting the lady is that she's breaking the law, then the prosecutor bends because people are upset about it. So maybe you shouldn't have arrested her in the first fucking place.
Right.
Maybe that.
I mean, he could lose his job if
Good.
he doesn't.
Good. I hope they all lose their job. And I hope Disneyland, Disney World, Disney everything burns to the fucking ground. We don't need 800 Star Wars movies. We don't need 9,000 Marvel movies. Fuck Disney.
I don't care about Disney. I'm talking about the one cop who had to make the decision to take that woman to jail.
That's fucking bullshit.
The DA should have just been like, "No, we're not going to charge this. Let her go."
Yeah.
But they didn't. They didn't
bullshit.
do that. They had her post bond. She better get her fucking bond back too if they drop charges.
They better. Probably not, but hopefully. Last year, Congress removed hemp and extracts such as CBD from the federal list of illegal drugs. CBD has become extremely popular because of its purported medicinal qualities while not producing the psychoactive high that is associated with traditional marijuana. It is sold in candy, coffee, bathing products, and It is sold in candy. Oh, okay, in candy, coffee, bathing products, and other items. I was confused there for a second. Federal law allows Americans to possess CBD so long as the THC content does not exceed 0.3%, according to the New York Times. Burkhalter was jailed because states like Florida have not adjusted their laws in accordance with the federal statute, which means that Americans can be arrested in certain states for doing something that is legal nationwide. That makes a lot of fucking sense. This has contributed, and that's really fucking stupid.
Right, and that's the point that I was trying to get to right there. It's not the cop's fault, because he's got to follow the law. It's the fucking lazy-ass lawmakers'
That's
fault
fucking stupid.
who don't want to try to keep up with shit, and they're super slow about shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's on Florida. Now, well, it's kind of on Disney. The guy could have seen it and been, oh, it's CBD, it's not a big deal, and let it go.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking security guard could be like, this isn't a problem, let move on.
Oh, Brandon, Disney is fucking gay. Get over it. He's such a white. If you defended women, if you defended women half as much as you defended Disney, you might get to see a pussy one day.
I don't know. I've noticed that those guys who try to defend women at every turn never get laid.
Well, I mean, at least he'd be trying, not defending a fucking old man who's dead and a cartoon goddamn mouse. You're 30, Brandon. Act like it. New York State officials told food growers and processors in mid-December that they had the state's blessing to produce and sell tea and chocolates laced with CBD. But since then, New York City health inspectors have seized thousands of dollars worth of CBD-infused food and drinks at the Fat Cat Kitchen and other local cafes and restaurants and warn owners to stop selling them or face penalties. But I thought it was... What? How the crackdown came just weeks after a federal law explicitly made CBD legal across the city. The New York City crackdown highlights the inconsistencies that have emerged in federal, state, and local rules governing CBD, bewildering the small but growing number of businesses selling edibles in New York and other states. That is really fucking weird. So the state will be like, yeah, it's all good, but then your mayor's like, well, what? I'm trying to be compliant with the law, but no one seems to be fully aware of what the law is and isn't, said C.J. Holm, the owner of the Fat Cat Kitchen, which touts CBD coffee and cookies on a sidewalk chalkboard. Consumer interest in CBD tinctures, topical creams, and edibles has grown in recent years in step with the piecemeal legalization of marijuana, which is now permitted as either a medical or recreational drug in 33 states while still being banned by the federal government. Okay, how does that work? So does that mean if you're in those 33 states, you're fine, but if you leave the 33 states, you can still get federal charges?
No, it's weird. So you could, like a marijuana dispensary here in California could get raided by the DEA, and they could still all get charged with selling drugs for federal. They get a federal crime, even though it's legal here in California. They can still get charged with federal crime for selling weed in California. Yeah, it's because the you have to basically, like, the state police wouldn't be able to do anything. But the federal police can still do something about it. But a lot of people, they don't bother. But, I mean, there's, shit, like, just recently, a bunch of fucking dispensaries here in San Diego got raided and shut down.
But it's technically... Okay, so...
It's technically legal.
In the state, it's legal.
Right.
But federally, overall, for the entire country, it's illegal. Correct?
Yes.
So it's basically at the discretion of how big of a dick the cop wants to be?
Well, not the cop. Like, the cop...
Or the DA.
The DEA, yeah. It's the feds, how big of a dick they want to be.
That is fucking dumb. What the fuck are y'all doing down there?
It makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
Well, here's the problem, is that, like, you guys have provinces and stuff, but it doesn't really work the same way. All of our states are essentially
independent.
Countries.
Like, do they have their? They all have their independent laws, right?
We all have our own laws and our own governments, and then we just have one central government that looks over everything. Some people would like it if we were just all countries again. Yeah,
but it just seems really, like it just seems over. Like, actually, you know what it seems like? It seems like it's purposely confusing just so that they can arrest people. That's what it, like, to an outsider, that's what it seems like to me. It just seems like it's purposely murky It's purposely confusing
100%.
so that they can just.
Well, you'll notice it's not even so much that they can arrest people. It's that they can just sort of kind of fuck these people over that don't really fall within the the black or white of the law.
Right.
If you're in that little bit of a gray area, like you'll notice they said they seized a bunch of products. No one got arrested. They're just taking people's shit.
Oh.
So nobody's getting charged. So there's never going to be precedence of, oh, this is this was a crime and then there's going to be no judge that says no, that's not a crime, because that creates precedence. And then once
so all they
that
do
happens,
is when they raid,
nobody else.
So
they
essentially,
just take the shit.
when they're raiding, are they raiding just to take the shit, or are they actually raiding to stop the people? Like, I mean, stopping the people by taking their shit. But what I mean is, like, are they there to arrest them?
No, they're there to stop the people by taking the shit.
So when they raid the compassion clubs, let's say,
they just
take their shit. Wow, they basically rob them, essentially. Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
And then take those drugs and put them right back on the street.
I think they destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could. They might sell them.
They,
I don't know.
quote unquote, destroy them. Uh-huh. Oh, that's so fucked. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's completely. It's like the federal government is almost entirely pointless. In my opinion, the federal government should have two purposes: maintain the military and to regulate interstate commerce.
Yeah, I mean
that's it.
Yeah. Well, because it seems really dumb to have this, like, okay, the federal government says this, but then all these little tiny governments in all these states say this. So in this state, you might be able to smoke a joint, but if you step one toe over that line, now you're breaking the law. But then go to the next state, now you're safe. Now go to that one, now you're breaking the law. It's just really confusing.
It's extremely confusing.
It makes traveling very difficult.
Try being a gun owner.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's the same fucking situation there, right? Because every state has their different laws on their guns.
Yeah, if I go to Arizona, like if I just drive over to Arizona,
yeah,
I had all the way to Arizona, I have to have my gun locked in the back, like, away from me.
Yeah.
The second I cross the border into Arizona, I can pull over, I can put on my belt, I can put my gun in my holster, and I can keep driving.
Really?
Yeah.
And because of these imaginary lines that we've determined years and years and years ago, if you are on the left of that line, you're fucked. And if you're on the right of that line, you're fine. And that, to me, just seems insane. It just seems like it's set up to arrest people. I really don't... Like, I get that different states have different identities, right? Somebody from California is going to be very different from somebody from, say, Texas, right? But... the person from California should have the exact same rules as the person from Texas. I mean, maybe that's just my brain being too dumb to comprehend something here that I'm missing, but it just seems like it's set up to arrest people.
Yeah, well, the problem is that we were all kind of, even though we originally were conceived as a country, like every state was essentially its own country.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's how they operate. Like,
it just seems like it's an old, outdated way of dealing with things when we've evolved way past that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it worked when the country was a lot smaller, because the country was a lot smaller. But now that the countries have evolved and they're much larger and the governments are much larger and much more complicated, there's much more people, more resources are needed, everything. I don't know if it's it just feels like an outdated way of doing things, and you're confusing your populace more than anything else. I don't know, but it's an interesting thing to kind of look at. I didn't realize, like, I knew it was different than in Canada, because unless I'm ignorant to my own country, I'm pretty sure if something's legal in Vancouver, it'll be legal here, and if something's illegal in, like, Quebec, it'll be illegal in Vancouver. I could be wrong, but it just seems really...
Well, I'm sure
that, and y'all have too many states. I feel fucking terrible for you guys, because, man, how do you learn all those fucking states?
Oh, most Americans don't know all the state names.
Oh, okay.
I probably would be.
But don't you have to pass some test eventually? Like, don't you have to pass some
you
test
do it at one
school?
I mean, I'm sure you do, but, like, kids cheat in school.
Yeah. Sometimes they cheat on fucking Snapchat or Instagram and still fail. Who's that rapper that did that? Frodo, who's the rapper that cheated on his test?
Oh, Takeshi.
That's the one.
6ix9ine.
Yeah, that's the one. Fucking dummy. Let me just finish this up real quick. In 2018, U.S. consumers spent an estimated $300 million on CBD food and drinks, according to the report by Cohen's Washington Research Group. The Coca-Cola Company and other food giants have expressed interest in the sector. Fuck yeah, Coca-Cola. The 2018 Farm Bill enacted in December was intended in part to clear up the legal status of CBD by legalizing cannabis extracts derived from strains of the plant known as hemp that contain very low concentrations of THC, the main psychoactive compound in marijuana. But the law also created new confusion for businesses wanting to sell CBD food or drinks. For some, it is impossible to follow one set of regulations without being in breach of another, which sets up another interesting fucking problem, is that you got shit that contradicts itself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, constantly.
So it's
There's
like
so many laws that contradict themselves.
Yeah, which is...
Here's the problem. Think about this. We have one set of laws that should trump all the other ones.
Yeah.
Our Constitution.
Right.
Our Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
So we got that Second Amendment law that says, you know, the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. But then you get a bunch of these state laws infringing all up in the fucking, you know, all over the goddamn place.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man.
Directly contradictory laws to each other, like, you know. It's a big problem.
Oh. Here's an article. This one is good because it's a sad tale because it's a man hitting hard times, but it just shows how resourceful you can be even though you might not have as much as others. So we're going to put this here. The ingenuity here. What the fuck? Where'd my article go? There it is. Over 12 pounds of marijuana pistol found in Salisbury man's car home. In a Salisbury man's car home. And where's the article? Oh, is this one of those gimmicks? Are you familiar? No, I'm not. Fuck off. Give me my article. There we go. Maryland State Police. What? Oh my god, the whole operation is going to shit. Where is that noise coming from? Okay, there was an ad. Holy shit. Okay, Maryland State Police arrested a Salisbury man for possession of more than 300 grams of marijuana and illegally owning a semi-automatic weapon, officials reported. On Friday at about 6:28 p.m.
Wait. 300 grams?
300 grams. Marijuana.
All right, now keep reading. I gotta make sure that there's not more.
Okay, on Friday.
Never mind. Yeah.
On Friday at about 6:28 p.m., police conducted a traffic stop in the area of East College Lane and Margaret Street on a vehicle driven by Gregory Dornell Sneed, Jr., 30, according to a police report. When speaking with Sneed, officers detecting an overwhelming odor of marijuana coming from the car, which gave them probable cause to search the vehicle, per the police report. During their search, the state police found several individual bags of marijuana in a backpack amounting to 301.3 grams in total. After obtaining a search warrant, state police also searched Sneed's his car, it's not his home, damn it. Sneed's home and found an additional 12 pounds of marijuana, according to the police report. Officers also seized a Car PM-40 40 caliber semi-automatic pistol, which Sneed was prohibited to possess due to prior felony convictions. Sneed was charged with the following, according to a police report: possession with intent to distribute marijuana, possession with intent to distribute marijuana near a school zone, and possession of a firearm while prohibited. So he's going away for a minute.
Yeah, that's where most of the fucking problems come from for people when they're selling drugs.
Yeah.
They got to make that decision. Like, do you want to be safe when you're selling drugs, or do you want to be...
Or do you not want to get an additional charge?
Or do you not want to get an additional charge, yeah.
I see the way that the headline was written, I thought it was his car home. I'm a little less
Yeah,
impressed.
I hate it when journalists do that. Like, they used to... That's not a problem anymore. I don't understand why they still do it, because it's like... That's for newspaper.
Yeah.
That's to make the headline as small as possible for a newspaper, so you don't eat up a bunch of fucking space on the paper.
Exactly.
But it's on the fucking internet. You have unlimited space. Just write out the fucking...
Okay, we're at 2 hours. I got a couple more articles. I'll just finish them off. Let's see. I don't want to end with like a... I don't want to end with a... Here, okay, I got two more. We'll do two more articles because these two are more lighthearted than the other ones. I always try to end the show with something a little more lighthearted. This, I just think it's a shitty situation. I just think the headline is really funny. Man seizes fridge he bought for girlfriend after catching her cheating. He's like, how could you do this to me? How could you cheat on me and break my heart? I'm taking the fridge. Fuck you. When people fall in love, they tend to do a lot of things to please their partners and show how much they love them. This is exactly what a man identified as Innie Frank did when he bought a refrigerator for his girlfriend. But after realizing that he was not getting the same kind of love and commitment from the girlfriend, Innie did, his name is I guess that's Innie, did the unthinkable by carrying the refrigerator away. According to Innie, who told his story in a popular Facebook group, he visited the girlfriend one day and realized that she had another boyfriend. As if the realization that his girlfriend was cheating was not enough, he met the rival drinking water from the very fridge he had bought for the girl. In order not to drag the issue, Innie decided to take away the fridge. Innie, who shared photos of himself carrying the fridge, captioned the photo, "I went to my girlfriend's house. I saw her boyfriend drinking water from the fridge. I bought her, so I took the fridge."
Did he take all the shit out of the fridge?
I have no idea, but this guy is my brand new hero. Look at him.
Oh my god.
He's just got the fucking fridge.
Oh no, he carried that shit out by hand.
That is a man right there. That is a man.
Wow. What a fucking legend.
Somebody get this guy's story to Dankula. We got a mad lad here. We got a fucking mad lad here, boys. Oh, he's my new hero. He's like, bitch, you want to shoot me? All right. Let's see how you like drinking warm milk. And finally, what better way to end the day than a little tale of bestiality? Florida man caught having sex with alligator. Florida ups the ante once more. We're accustomed to seeing a wide range of odd poop going on down there, you should probably say, stupid author. However, this one is basically incomprehensible, just as far as how useful it is. The story spins around a multi-year-old person called Rupert Darwin, who lives in the inadequately populated Everglades City, which is home to approximately 400 individuals. Not so much a lot of a city at that point. God, this is terribly written. Darwin lives in the edges, fills in as an angler, and hushes up about himself as indicated by occupants. They additionally depict him as odd in spite of the fact that I'm not so much beyond any doubt in the event that anybody could have set up for how odd he really ended up being.
Wow!
Holy fuck!
Dude!
Where is this from? I hope this is not from the U.S. I hope this.
You it is.
I hope this is from a foreign.
Is there a name? Is there a
news crab daily hunt? I can't tell. Oh. It's from India. The first country selected is India, so it has maybe? I don't know. I'm just glad it's not from the US. But holy shit.
I mean it's I think that would be like news from India.
Maybe. Okay, maybe, yeah.
Go to the bottom and see if there.
No, I am at the bottom. Anyway, I'll try to keep reading this fucking masterpiece before we end the show here. It happened that Darwin had a 12-foot alligator tied up and blindfolded in his lawn, and that he would consistently assault the creature various times each day. He was found after an anonymous nature climber strolled past his place and caught the filthy deed going on. He likewise heard Darwin speaking profanely to the alligator. The gator had taken a few to get back some composure of my trouser leg when I was angling in a bog, and endeavored to drag me into the water. I could escape without damage, however I needed retribution, unadulterated and straightforward. I don't have no sexual appreciation for gators, yet I needed to show this bitch a thing or two. I could have quite recently executed her, however that would have been too simple. She was getting what she merited. I intended to slash off her tail and draw her teeth separated as well. I was then going to torment her by playing nigger music at her over and over again without ceasing. Bitch! All things considered, that beyond any doubt would one say one is heck of a reprisal conspire, would it say, isn't it? What? Damn, I don't know whether the alligator even gave a poo. However, in light of the fact that it simply lay there totally still when Darwin was directing his dick into her. Sounds as
What the fuck is this article?
I have no idea. Sounds as she didn't see it to be completely forthright, so it sounds like Darwin's little plan was a total failure. Failure. They wrote was a total failure, period, failure, period, new paragraph. Darwin is presumably going to be imprisoned for quite a while. The alligator is preparing to be discharged over into the wild in the wake of being dealt with for minor wounds. No thought what she'll get up to now she's free again, yet I'm certain Darwin will seek she doesn't come taking care of vengeance on him as he did. It doesn't generally stable like she was excessively disturbed, but the entire experience, however, so will most likely simply return to assaulting irregular rednecks.
Wow, this was I think you might be right. Now that I think about it, I think this might be an Indian person writing.
This can't be English. Like, this can't be an English speaker.
No way.
Well, folks, my brain hurts now.
Wonder if I could find.
I have no idea what I just read, by the way.
Hold on. Florida man sex with.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to announce that we now have an official Las.
It is not true.
What's not?
That is a false story.
Oh, fake news.
It's not. On Snopes, it's fake.
Snopes.
Or just Orlando Sentinel says it's fake.
Well, who cares at this point? I'm fake news. Lord Byron put out a Las Cruces wrestling t-shirt with the roster on it. Go buy it. Give him money. It's good. Thank you for joining me, Drax. Thank you for finding that 15-minute video. I very much enjoyed it. It was hilarious. Brandon?
Oh, yeah.
Grow up.
You grow up.
I am grown up. I don't.
Go to Six Flags.
I don't. Yeah, be a man. Be a man. Go to Six Flags.
I do go to Six Flags.
Bam roasted. No. Thank you guys for joining me on the Wake and Bake again this week. Next week, I'll try to make an even better show with less fake news. But let's be honest. You hear about a guy fucking an alligator, you're going to read the article too. All right? You're going to read the article too. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Be sure to give a big old kiss and a hug to your mom. Let her know you love her. If she's not near you, give her a call. Tell her you love her. Get her some presents. And be sure to come in tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., Morning Decay. It's our 1-year anniversary this week, so be sure to join us. This was the Wake and Bake. I'm Broski. I'll talk to you homies later. Bye-bye.
I'm from the Great White North, right? Like up above the states? Yeah. The big landmass that the rest of the world hates? Fuck yeah. We're like above that. Fucking north, I guess. The big patch of trees where everybody's bored to death. We're just chilling up here, sipping syrup, playing hockey. Before we learn to walk, we can cross-check properly. Just rocking plaid jackets. Chainsaws, we operate them right. Fucking A-right we do, bud. We cut our weight in firewood. Every 20 minutes or so. Smoke break. And if the Leafs make the playoffs, I'll fucking jump in the lake. Fucking buddy comes over to my place the other night and he's like, you wanna go out for a rip? And I was like, fucking right. Yeah. So we hop in the truck and hit the mud and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, bud. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. I come from the land of the polite, where shit's covered in ice. So when I'm down in the States, they're like, you're too fucking nice. Like, yeah, we got manners, but fucking buddies still fight and fucking swear and fucking drink all night. Like this one time, me and fucking Buddy are out having a dart, and fucking Buddy burns a hole in my coat, and I was like, fuck Bud, because the coat was pretty new, right? And he's like, fuck you. So I put his head in a snowbank and just started fucking feeding him the right left, like fucking boom, boom, boom. Got enough yet? And he's like, okay, fuck, chill out, shit. So I pulled him out of the snow and we went out for a rip. Yeah, just out for a rip, are you? Fuck yeah, just out for a rip. Fucking right. Just out for a rip, are